All right, I guess we're doing this again. Well, folks, Flip right here, back up at BSG on the Sportster rebuild, and finally got all the things for the lights. I think I got all the things I need for the lights. So here's the light housing that took me 2 weeks to get. That. Then this is something we'll talk about that comes with that. JP Cycle supplied me with these Lectris Lighting Company, and I got I got those new cool LEDs for front, back, and the middle headlight. We're gonna do a quick little test at the end to see how much brighter it is, which means I gotta remember to film the first part of the stocks headlight and then remember to do it later. So God knows I'm gonna forget because I'm an idiot. Got a USB charger that I'm gonna have to wire in since the tank's already off. Got the load equalizer. When you are switching over to LED, you really need to get a load equalizer. It basically tells the motorcycle, chill the f out. We don't need that much power, which then makes the motorcycle think that you blew a bulb because there's too much current going there. So the load equalizer is really great, kind of a necessity. Don't forget to get a load equalizer if you're going all LED. Got a new set of crimper and stripper because apparently I needed to get a better stripper. And me being me, not liking to have unitools, got this new little crimper that come with all these new like different teeth and stuff, and it's got like crimpers and other crimpers and crimp. It was 60 bucks on Amazon. Might as well. I kind of needed it in a way. You know, this is going to be helpful. Don't think I have to solder anything through this whole thing. I think a lot of it's just cut and crimp. I got plenty of housing. I got plenty of pins. I'm going to screw this up. I need to redo one of the back ones because I screwed it up. That's why I got plenty of pins. Don't hit the stars. Oh, here they are. But if I do have to solder something, thanks to Daryl, I have these thingies, so that'll work. All right, so let the fun begin. I'm gonna start by rewiring that one back headlight just because it just needs one pin, and probably gonna end up doing the whole housing regardless, but start there. Oh yeah, also, dielectric grease. It stops water from getting in your electrical. Oh yeah, AJ's here to help. All right, get this over with. All right, before we start, I have a single issue that I haven't quite figured out yet. Camera's crooked, and that's gonna drive me crazy if I don't fix that first. It looks more crooked. Whatever, we'll deal with it. The 4E8 comes stock with the headlights on the top of the triple tree with this one weird bracket that I bought that goes right there. It looks a little weird now to think about it. JP Cycles also sent me the fork clamps, which go down here, which you could probably put up there if I really wanted to. I'm gonna put it on Instagram at the beginning of the video and see what people think. Should I put the headlight here or here? At the end of it, we'll figure it out. They got about an hour. Let's see what people think. Back to our regularly scheduled program of fixing my broken motorcycle. All right, so again, when I originally did it, I did a really bad job. This one works fine though. This one is a little iffy, where it's like, it's perfect. See, it goes out. See, it's just, the pin is just, I screwed it up, I overcrumped it and just overly zealous and just kind of only had enough pins because when I bought them, they were too expensive where I bought them at the wrong place. So I didn't buy enough, so now that I bought 1,000 of them, let's fix that one. It's the easiest thing to fix right now. So AJ wants to do this, so we're gonna let AJ do it. Again, pins, 50 cents. Housing, $2. Have backups, you'll screw up, but it never hurts to screw up. That's how you learn, right?
I'm gonna try to get this done the first try.
I took a bobby pin. Woo! Come on, get it nice and close. Whatever. Took a bobby pin and just put it on the grinder and made it nice and sharp and
flatten it out a little bit.
There you go.
I love de-pinning stuff. I really don't.
Here's where motorcycles and video equipment come in very, very handy together. You need it thinner? I can grind it down a little thinner.
Maybe. I actually just gotta remember which side I go through to unlock it.
The good thing is, so let me see if I remember this correctly. Yeah, you lift that up. I think you just go on top.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you put it in, the hook catches here. So yeah, you want to come through the front.
Yeah, go through the front, but I don't recall.
Right here.
I'm going through the top.
I think it's right there. Oh, it's over there.
It's the top one.
Let's grind this down a little further.
I usually use like a little straight pin,
I ain't got one, bud.
like a sewing needle. Actually, here we go.
I got it in hand.
Oh, I got one right here. I'm gonna get a groove for it, man. It takes practice. I haven't done this.
But that
I haven't
needle's
done this in a
that
long
needle's
time.
really wide.
As long as it gets in there.
Gotta get in there.
I think I gotta go through this one. So,
See, the cool thing is we've got these new ones that we can take a look at. Got it? Was it the middle one or the top one?
the bottom. Right through here. There's a little lock up at the top. Snag it, pull it down, pin comes out. So you got to get a feel for it.
Did you take a picture? Did you remember which order it goes into? Or are we just gonna try to?
Black, purple, blue. You want to take a picture of that while I got it in my hand?
Always take pictures. All right, now let's see how bad this is. I mean, they all look like they're seated right.
This end might not be tight enough.
Well, we can go with the housing's tired and just put a new housing on it because I have one, and then see if that works. I feel like we just need to cut it and start over, honestly.
That's what you're feeling, man.
It's just like, look at the wires, they're all chewed up and everything, and I've screwed up and pushing them in.
Looks like everything's good except for maybe that ground wire.
We'll do the ground, and then just do the one. While AJ's finishing up that one, I'm gonna depin the front wiring harness because apparently they gave me not the right wiring harness housing, so I'm gonna have to use the old one.
Blue one doesn't like me. The blue one doesn't like me. It doesn't want to lock.
It's like it's just a waste of time at this point. Just might as well, and it might as well just re-crimp it at this point, honestly.
The other two look good.
Like I said, I knew that one of them was bad.
Why don't you do that one?
See if I can not do this wrong. Ow. Let's see if I don't mess this up. Got right under the crimp. Just a wee touch. You suck. Do I need to adjust you? Are you going back to Amazon because you suck that bad? Alright, give that a quick little spin. The wrong ones. Probably the wrong ones because they look really big. Got the right ones, smaller. Let's see if I can get this right because not the best at it. Go there. Stiff set, hold it there, put it through, not going through. Well, I crushed it. Why you buy more than one? Why is this harder than it should be? Like everything else. Also trying to use the new crimper, which I don't know very well, and it ratchets, which is not something I like about it. That's going back to Amazon. Yeah, try again. Rinse and repeat. Okay. It grabs onto it well. Go a little bit smaller. Tighten it down. That looks good. Now it's on the insulation, and then just kind of square it off. Try to make the best little square I can, because it's not the right tool. Pretty sure that's how it's supposed to go. There it goes.
You got it?
Okay, well after all that hardship, let's just go ahead and lock this thing. Let's go back on there. Alright. Let's try to see if it's back on order without me having to sit on it.
Did not work at all? Cool.
It was working, wasn't
We're
it?
going backwards.
Back to where we started in a weird way. Okay, 45 minutes of trial and error. We have come to the conclusion it's probably the female end. So that's another day. Let's move on to other things that we can probably get done today, because I have limited time. All right, on this episode of Nothing Goes Right, we're gonna hope something else goes right. Let's go ahead and install the headlight. This thing's supposed to be real bright. I like safety. I like that cars see me. I like that cars hear me. I like to not be invisible on the road. Which is ironic because I really like the live wire because it was quiet. Another story, different time. But everybody who's always like, oh, take off the reflectors and the headlights and you're freaking mute now. I'm not doing that. Electric Light Company, big LED light. This thing has turn signals on it too. Ooh, turn signals. We'll see if I can get that to work on here, which is interesting. Which would be rad. Let's see how much I screwed this up. This is going to turn into a two-parter again, AJ.
Take the thing out of the box, man. I want to see how them signal lights work. If it's a plug and play, you don't buy one right now.
Use my code, which is a great place to put the plug in for. Thanks to JP Cycle for sending me this electric light and all the other electric lights. They're supposed to be fantastic. They're great. I've heard nothing but great things about them. I'm pretty sure I picked out the ones where it's like solid all the time and then turns amber and then goes back to solid where it's not half and half. It was their recommendation to get it. I'm really excited to use it. JP Cycles, they've been awesome. They've been great. I'm so scrambled brainer now that I'm just gonna try to get this thing done. So AJ wants to see what it looks like. Let's see if the box ones. It's so small compared to the original one. This is something else that somebody gave me. One of the things about this build is I want to keep some original parts. I try to keep as much as I can that's original from the 48. Try to keep the mirrors, but those look better. I'm gonna keep the bucket because that's the bucket that came on it. Things like that. So plug it in and see what the difference between a stock Harley headlight is and this Mamma Jamma. And yes, I said Mamma Jamma. The good news is the headlights are super easy. It's just literally one Phillips head. Bad news is I don't know shit about shit. This has turn signals and I would love to use them. I just don't have it wired to. So this is gonna be a project for me and Spiffy later. I'm gonna need a hand on that one. But we can still just plug it in because it's headlight. Headlights are just plug in. So plug it in. Let's get it over with. Let's do something successful today. Like pick out the right Phillips head on the 10th try. I swear, by the end of the year, this thing's gonna look way better and everything's gonna be done way right. I hope. Kyle bought me this rad new light upgrade 2 years ago, which was great. Pinch and pull. Pinch and pull. Ow, 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 ow. Yep, there's, don't break, don't fall. Look at the flying saucer. Yeah, I'm gonna do. All right, I don't need this ring. I think I still need this ring. All right. So, all right. I'm bleeding doing one of the easiest jobs you can. I really have no idea how that happened. I must have caught something when I probably pulled and like, yeah, that's probably the stupid thing I did. All right. Peel that. Isn't that the best part of anything you buy new? It's like, ooh, take the plastic off. Shiny new. I'm gonna guess that the DOT safety goes up, so we just plug that in.
Not yet. Not yet.
This is why I have friends around. I will do things wrong. So you see these little connections, I guess that's return signals, and that's gotta be wired in. So I'm, again, in the later months, I'm gonna have Spiff come in and help me redo that because why not? Can't be that hard. Famous last words. I'm making that a freaking t-shirt. Put it on the way, right?
Cool.
That's it? Yep, no.
Yeah. Turn it on, check it out.
DOT. This is the worst part about new light. It's like trying to figure out how to like shove everything into the bucket.
A little wiggle, make sure it locks. Lock in there. I might have that ring upside down.
Hang on, let go. That's what I was trying to do. You'll have a notch, they go together. The white part goes up, which means that one goes like that. DOT is up, the Y is on top. Plug it in, boy. Plug, boy. Speed. Nope, you got it wrong.
Boy.
And that's the hard way to install a headlight. All right, let's see the difference in brightness. Best way I can think about doing this to see a comparison to the old one to the new one is that I locked off my camera. I typically just leave it on auto because it's way easier. It's such a, when you're doing motorcycle content, you just leave everything on auto because there's such a fluctuation of sun and shadow and overcast and things like that. It's just easier for the most part. This time I locked it off. It's an 800 ISO with a 5.6 aperture. You can see the histogram on the camera with the GoPro that I have on the back there. So we're gonna turn on the lights, you're gonna see what I look like now, and then we're gonna switch over to what the new one looks like. This is what the stock headlight looks like. Now to see what the new headlight looks like. It's a little bit brighter. It doesn't seem like it, I'm sure it doesn't. It's way cleaner, it's way whiter, where the other one got a yellow tint to it, because it is a halogen. That one, no, the other one was an LED that Kyle gave me. Yeah, that one's an LED. Also, the glass gets old and starts yellow tinting regardless. AJ was saying that it's more at a distance where you start to really realize it. But, you know, here's what the original one looked like. Here's what the new one looked like. I almost want to put the original one with bulb in it to see what that looks like, but I'm not going to do it because I don't have time to do that. So let's move on. All right, so really quickly, I'm gonna run the USB on there. I've already done it on my Triumph. Keep saying it, famous last words. This should be super easy. I'm just gonna fast forward. I'm gonna put this, so I'm gonna put the USB like right under the riser and run it through with the rest of the wiring harness to the battery. So not gonna attach it, I'm gonna put it there and then I'll put it on the battery later. I don't know.
I think it looks way more chopper, way better. That's just
I don't want to ask you because I know what you're gonna say, but AJ saying do a freaking
wire tuck.
A wire tuck, and wire tuck comes a lift because you can't freaking fit anything underneath it.
It'll fit under the 48 tank without a lift. It's got a big enough channel.
You're not even like
Not even in the frame.
talking to ghosts over here. Man, AJ, you need to learn how this works.
Yeah. Amateur hour.
Whatever. I just needed the wire to go from the handlebars to the battery underneath the tank. That's all I wanted to do. I will button everything up. When I button everything up, there's going to be a detail episode where I do small details. So there's that. Now, still uncertain about where I'm going to place the turn signals. So I'm just going to go ahead and put in the LED taillights and we'll figure it out from there. When doing LEDs, also remember that these get confusing, where this one says it is white, amber, amber. I don't know what amber, amber is, but it goes from white to amber to white or whatever. And then you got red, red, red. So you want red for taillights. Remember, Flip, you have a freaking lift, so you don't have to screw up your back. Big fat head. Big fat flat head.
Ah, so close.
And then you roll over it and break it. Intermission. And we're back. Race again. Pretty much the same result. I'm an idiot. I need to sharpen it again. I know. Pretty sure I know more about sharpening knives than most of you. And I also am pretty sure I know more about which regions sharpen their knives and what angles for what purposes and how the sharpness of those blades act more than most of you. So, remove all. I don't know what that does, but I'm gonna put that back on before I press the button again. And we're done. Let's go back to minimum. Clean it up. Whatever they're called, buffers. Minimum is nothing. Good thing I'm already wearing a glove. Touchy, touchy, touchy. Apparently it helps with connection. It also helps from water getting to it. Famous last words. This is easy. Look how gross that is. Put on a new one. And then we're just gonna go turning, and we're turning, and we're sitting. And we're gonna do something slightly uncharacteristic of this build so far, and I have too much confidence and not test it out before I do the other one. Oh, that's not how you do it. You do it all wrong. It's supposed to go like this. Yeah, I know. I know that you know better than I do. This is also where I'm probably gonna say again, this is entertainment, not education. There are way smarter people out there who know how to do this stuff way better than I do. This is supposed to be inspiration to know that you can screw up all day long and still be successful. Do it. Try it.
Yeah. Blow it up.
AJ, flip the switch.
Blow it up.
Wow, Jesus. Wow. That's the one that doesn't work. Try the one that works.
Let's hoping. I gotta be all the way on. That's
where the load equalizer comes in, because it thinks it's got a pop bulb because it's sending too much signal and it's not getting any resistance. I think. Sounds right, right?
voltage is lower than it expects.
All right, whatever.
Works.
Turn off the key, AJ. Thank you.
Now you're good.
Don't that look pretty though? All right, cool. I have no idea where this goes. I have no idea how to install this, so I'm gonna take a quick intermission. This is where I'll probably do the ad read for this video, or something just as stupid.
Once you get rich.
AJ, we need to have a conversation. Show the kids what you're doing.
We're taking a break to get rich.
You know you got a problem when you start scratching and itching all the time. He's got a problem. Every time I've seen him in the last 2 months, it's been like, ooh, I got new scratch-offs. AJ, you have a problem. We love you. We're here for you.
When I win. I'm not sure.
I won half. Let's go. Yeah, the instructions made no sense. Didn't seem to be for this module. But this module seems to be for this motorcycle, because if you look close enough, there's only these two connections. And there's one connection on the motorcycle that looks like this, which makes me think that that connection goes to this thing, and then this thing goes back to the motorcycle, telling the motorcycle what's going on. So, should be that easy. Kids?
Famous last words.
Pinch and pull, rotate, plug.
But flip, you didn't disconnect the battery.
I really hope that's not funny. It's not funny, AJ. And like all Harley Davidsons, it turns into a bigger rat's nest. How is my seat gonna sit back here? I have no clue how I'm supposed to like figure it out later. Now to see if the load equalizer does what it's supposed to do. So key. Please don't blow up my battery, because AJ freaked me to freak out. Try to get the one that doesn't work back on there. Nope, nope. And I feel like it's speeding up, but it's not doing the unbroken. So that was the easiest thing I've ever done on this motorcycle. Let's do something hard. All right, and here we are. All right, so here we are to what I thought was going to be the hardest part of this whole thing, but apparently that's going to be one of many hard parts. This is the original mounting bracket for 48 headlights. So you have the wide glide. Ew, gross, greasy. This is the original triple trees. And you have this thing that clipped on right there. And I was thinking, I really liked it because the light was right here, and it was kind of right at the top of the lights. Nothing like getting old, gross grease on fresh wounds. But when I put this on here, it looks stupid. So I spent a lot of money on this stupid thing. I originally got these light clamps for JMP Cycles. It's actually JMP Cycle brand. Super cheap, it's super high quality, nice metal. I'll put up how much it was in a second. I was looking at the Arlen S ones that look exactly the same for 5 times the price. Not that they're not really nice, but we're not all rich. In fact, I think most of us are pretty freaking poor. So before I checked my Instagram to see if you guys want it down here or up here, I'm just gonna slide it on there and we'll figure it out from there. Really starting to get a little annoyed at how many motorcycle things come with 0 instruction. I get how this works. Now you're giving me this. What does this mean? Take a look and we'll be right back. All right, so 2 fun things to talk about is that A, these clamps will just unscrew and bolt onto your fork, so I didn't have to lift it or raise it or anything. I kind of did. We'll get back to that in a second, but this will not screw into this. This makes a great lead-in for an ad read. JMP Cycles Riders Plus program, they have free returns, because when you make stupid mistakes like I do all the time, you get free returns, 2-day shipping, you're back in action. It's $60 a year, 2-day shipping, free returns. They have a concierge service, which I keep reiterating because I think it's just amazing, because if I was smart enough to do my research ahead of time, I wouldn't have these freaking problems. But, you know, again, entertainment for you and things to learn. The only education I'm gonna give you is mistakes that I'm gonna make, that you'll probably make, and let's not make them again. You know, the whole measure twice, cut once thing. Not what we're working with today. So yeah, JMP Cycles Rider Plus program, $60 a year. Buy motorcycle parts from a motorcycle place, not anywhere else. Right? Makes sense. That being said, thank you, JMP Cycles. I'm gonna return these, and until these come back with the right size, we're currently gonna use the UGO OEM ones, just because this way I can at least measure and plug in, get everything right, and when everything comes back in, I can just go ahead and move it. It's only half an inch. Also, giving it plenty of play to come back, so let's get that done. Which is also what I meant by I still needed to undo these, but I didn't need to lift it, so. I don't even think this is gonna work now that I think about it. That's not gonna work either. Only on the 48, you'll see that there's this little nipple right there that this little thing latches into, and that's how that fits. Only on the 48, I guess, apparently. So, yet again, tune in next bat week for the next bat episode about the bat conclusion of my bat. AJ's just in the corner laughing at me.
What do we learn?
I'm an idiot and I need to do research before I start doing anything.
All that, except without the idiot part. But yes, research first, wrench third.
Well, most of these parts are supposed to fit. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, most of this is supposed to fit in the way it does, and it's just like, it's just the 48. And this is the first or second year they did the 48, and like they did weird things like the rear brake master cylinder is under the bike, where every other Sportster is on the side. They tried, they did it, you know, whatever. Looks great, sound, you know, just like. This situation is strange now, where it's trying to fit parts that fit every Harley but the 48. So,